Okay, hello. We are live. Craig should be joining me at some point. I guess I just mentioned him. Probably similar style to yesterday. I just got up. We're jumping in the middle of the second quarter of action, and today we are going to be taking a look at the finals of the USA1 U21 match between Zhou and Zhou. I think these were the two teams that finished first and second coming out of the round robin from day one. And yeah, I just figured that this might be a more interesting thing to follow. We hadn't seen a lot of the U21 matches, and also because this does determine USA1 for the next coming cycle. Because this is the finals, I thought we would take a look at this. Then tomorrow we can, when I am on, be able to take a look at the finals of the U26 for USA2. So we're getting into the middle of the second quarter. This is board 19. It looks like Zhou has mounted an enormous lead. I'm not sure if that has come from this segment. Oh, some of it has come from the segment. Lots of swinging results. We had, looks like a heart contract being made at one table, down at the other. But what have we got going on now? Much more tame, one no trump opener in the south, and looks like South is a bit short on tricks. I guess North didn't have much. East-West have taken the first three tricks. It looks a little strange to me to duck this third round of clubs. Normally you want to be able to preserve an exit card in spots like these where, for one thing, if you wanted West on lead, you could have just won the ace of clubs and returned another club. Pitching, for example, spade from the dummy. I don't know if that's what Declare should have done, but that would have been an option. So West switches to the 10 of diamonds. I'm not sure I like this play. I would tend to kind of believe that the reason Declare has ducked the club is they want you to be on lead, so you should probably just play a club back to them. If Declare had something they really wanted to do on their own from their hand, they probably would have won that third round of clubs. But this will probably work out okay for the defense. A spade comes through. Now West should be pretty comfortable exiting a club. They saw that first round of diamonds go 10, jack, ace. King of hearts. The other table did end up in one no trump doubled in the south, going 2 down. I wonder, we didn't see West's full hand, but maybe this East-West pair did not have a penalty double available over the no trump opener, which means that Zhou is going to pick up a small little swing on this one, probably 5 or 6 imps, depending on the result here. Ace of hearts, always a safe thing to do at imps, just to cash out if the contract is going down, especially if it's undoubled. The undoubled under tricks are really not worth that much when not vulnerable. That is only a handful of imps. but now declare should be in good shape. Okay, well now after the diamond lead, West got into a bit of a pickle, just trying to repeatedly get out of his hand. This does happen sometimes if you have like a very, very strong hand and the opponents are declaring. Sometimes it can be infuriating for defenders, that they feel like they're end played at every single trick. And I think that's a really good reason why West absolutely should have exited the 9 of clubs rather than that 10 of diamonds earlier. So 6 imps, and Zhou maintains a healthy 60 imp lead right now, going into board 20 of a, I think these are also 60 board matches, but I'm not sure. We have a spade opener by West. Kind of interesting to note. I mean, it's a 14 count with a good 5-card suit. All these queens and jacks outside of spades don't look that appealing, but depending on the no trump range and depending on how often you're expected to upgrade hands like this, I think a lot of players here might have opened a no trump with the West cards. Pass. So personally, I hate pass by East. You do need to kind of discuss the partnership style. But one of the huge wins that you get is if you do play light openers, which something I like, quote unquote light openers. I think it's just the best way to play bridge, but they're defined in ACBL land as being light. One of the huge wins is when you actually respond light as well, and you can just force the opponents out of the auction. Like a spade pass and no trump, what do you think South is supposed to do here? West bids 2 clubs, or maybe passes, depending on agreement, and East bids 2 spades, and that just passes out. I don't know if North-South have play for a game contract. A little surprised that North didn't take a call with an ace and a king, 2 4-card suits, and some good spot cards. Oh, although, sorry, this is just a balancing no trump, so this is a much weaker range. But I was going to say, if it had gone a spade, check, double, 2 hearts, 2 no trump or something, then North-South might reach a game. And from East perspective, that could be a bad thing. Open as light as ACBL legally allows? Not really. I mean, that's not really where I'm at in terms of my stance on light openers. I prefer to open all 11s. I prefer to open all rule of 20 hands, and basically any hand that has 1.5 to 2 defensive tricks, so that like partner can judge well to compete later in the auction, and has some sort of interesting playing strength. This is a USBF event rather than ACBL. Yeah, but it's basically the same thing. They still don't let you play a bunch of unusual conventions. They still require that no trump openers do not have small singletons. That sort of stuff has kind of carried over to USBF rules. Low spade lead from West is exciting. I don't blame West. If spades really are 5-4-2-2 around the table, then South holding Jack 4th of spades, this is going to be the most most likely way to collect 4 spade tricks. But it does kind of feel bad when you later find out that spades are 5-3 between your hand and your partner's hand. Maybe another reason why East should probably do something over spade. I could easily see North-South getting in trouble. A spade check and no trump if South kind of feels obligated to do something in this auction. Maybe they end up in an awkward 4-3 heart fit. With the Jack of Diamonds coming down, looks like that's what Declarer's playing for at this point. I think there may have been alternatives to this, but anyway, other table reaches 2 clubs, probably on an auction like a spade and no trump 2 clubs, all pass. That feels a little pessimistic by North-South, especially South. I mean, South has takeout double available over clubs, which I wouldn't hate. Even a 2-diamond balance, I probably wouldn't hate. So it should be. Craig expects me to keep him updated on my daily life. I will. Okay, he'll be joining us shortly. Well, West is going to think for a while, probably play a heart or something. Maybe a club. I mean, maybe if East actually had the club ace, then they could beat this contract. You know, South did have a very, very strong hand for their no trump balance, 16 count. There's a lot of denied claims. And Declare claimed a beer. I don't know if anyone else caught that, but on the pop-up, the explanation of the claim was that Declare gets a beer. Well played. So another 5 imps to Zhou. And board 21. 10 more boards in the set. Yeah, he canceled the claim to claim the beer. I do think that's what happened. But we did see a few rejected claims yesterday. I don't know if it was, you know, one of the opponents just not being certain about how the line of play was going to go, or didn't see it, or if it could possibly have been like Declare trying to clarify something on their own. We won't know. 2 hearts by North. Pretty good 2-heart bid, but you're aceless. I suppose I understand it. You are, of course, unfavorable as well, which is kind of suggests that partner might have a good picture of your hand, and turns out South kind of agrees with their 17 count but no heart fit. They're still willing to take a look and try and find a game somewhere, 3 no trump or 4 hearts. Let's see what they play. They play August over week 2s. 3 spades, good hand, good suit. So now South has a decision to make. Do you try 3 no trump or do you try 4 hearts? I am usually tempted to play in 6-1 fits when my partner is preempted, because I just don't know what their hand looks like, right? If we switch, if we kind of shift a few of the cards around and give partner like a small doubleton diamond, then a diamond lead could be very dangerous against 3 no trump, whereas against 4 hearts, all of our aces and kings will probably fill in partner's side suits, and if they do have good trumps, then we might be able to pick up the trump suit for 1 loser.
Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
good. Sorry, I didn't realize that you were up and running. I thought, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it's all good. You're here now. So, I'm checking out, I guess, the open room, the first table of the Zhou versus Zhou matchup for U21.
Oh, so it's already bit of a blowout here, huh?
Yeah, this is maybe to be expected. The Zhou team, I think, comfortably won the round robin by a substantial number of victory points. Um, but you know, a lot of imps swung, but it can still be anyone's game. I feel like, in your words, I feel like East West have been doing a little bit of hemorrhaging imps from the boards that I've watched. Um, so they might not really be up to the level of competition as playing against this north-south pair. But I've only seen a few hands. We can't be confident. This one actually was very, very interesting in the auction. Hey, Dan, welcome. South had this Ace King fifth, Singleton, King Jack third, Ace Queen fourth, 17 count. Their partner opened two hearts, red white. They bid two no trump August, and partner showed good hand, good suit. And the question is, do we want to put this in three no trump, or do we want to put it in four hearts?
Sorry, what was the full hand to start with again?
Ace King fifth, Singleton, King Jack third, Ace Queen fourth.
Uh, I mean, if your partner's two hearts can be trusted in these colors, I think four hearts, right? Aren't you pretty worried about the clubs?
Diamonds, the King Jack third. Yeah.
No. That they wait. I thought what were the clubs originally? Oh, the clubs were Ace Queen.
Yeah, clubs are Ace Queen fourth.
Oh, so you don't have any holes. Yeah, I mean, then I guess the problem is you're worried about entering your partner's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like four hearts. I think three no is fine.
Yeah. I think it's a close
What's your take?
choice. Yeah, I mean, my preference is four hearts for sure. All of these aces and kings are probably good enough to fill in partners' side suits enough, and then
Yeah,
just hope that you have a one loser trump suit. Um,
yeah, it's really bad if partner has like Ace King Jack 10 sixth of hearts, which is really great for four hearts and yeah, very uncomfortable for three no trump.
yeah.
I take zero heart tricks. And
Sure.
what are you gonna do, right? You'll finesse on the first round, and if it loses, there we are.
Yeah. But so this declare tried 3 no. The hearts are not breaking, but it looks like he might have. Who's playing South? Michael, yeah. So it looks like he might have enough tricks if. No, he's probably going to come up one short. Should lose two diamonds and. Well, maybe he's going to come up too short. I'm not sure. But he'll probably lose a handful of tricks from here. I'm. One short was correct. He does have
Yeah.
four more tricks coming in: the ace of clubs, two spades, and a diamond trick. But that will be
Wow.
it.
Yeah, I guess even here, isn't he gonna make this now? Oh
Shouldn't.
no, sorry, I missed something. Uh,
Yeah, North's hand is face up, so
yeah,
West West should have a fairly easy time of figuring out what to do. I mean, West might be a little scared. They have to lead away from the spade queen, but turns out partner has the
yeah,
jack.
yeah, and I was thinking do about it now.
Yep. You think South could have tried harder for an end play? West would have to unblock the spades. You mean like an end play into leading into the king jack of diamonds? But I think Declara did perfectly fine because they don't know the ace queen of diamonds are offside. Just playing a diamond to the jack is going to make the contract when East has queen doubleton. So if East diamonds were queen doubleton instead of too small, and there's no indication that like West has a good hand on the auction, Declara's line of play just makes the contract. Feels resulty to me, Showstrock. But yeah, Declara did have other options in the play.
If the other table was softer defense or better guessing.
It made in the other room. Ooh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. One of the things I would say is that I, as declarer, don't prefer to. It depends. Sometimes I see a line where like the opponents are very likely to make an error if I do something, and therefore I'll play for it sometimes. But I generally do not like playing into lines where the opponents have to make a defensive mistake for me to be able to make my contract. That's just my preference.
So in the other room, so I guess the early play was kind of similar. They led a club, the heart, another heart over. West exited with a second club. North cashed a jack, played a diamond, and now West played 3 rounds of diamonds. So the the dummy now had an entry. Somehow the 10 of diamonds took a trick, and then Declarer was able to cash 3 heart tricks. Oh, sorry, he was able to cash 3 heart tricks. He got the extra diamond though. That was the game-winning trick.
Yep. Okay. So a heart, no trump forcing, 2 clubs, 3 clubs, alerted as a courtesy raise. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, North can bid 2 spades there with a good club raise.
Yeah. No, I love the alert.
Yeah.
3-0 by South. 3-0 seems hyper aggressive by South, doesn't it?
I mean, especially given the partner's raise is limited by not bidding 2 spades, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like knowing partner's club length improves the hand an awful lot.
Right, yeah. I mean, you don't even have a great club fit with queen third.
Right.
It would be different if you had like this 13 count, but you were 5-5 and hearts and clubs. I mean, then we might not see 3-0, we might see 5 clubs. But
here it's like, what 9 tricks does Declarer expect to take given what he knows at that point in the auction?
Yeah. Probably just thought, well, we have a little bit extra, more than our minimum opener, especially at these colors, and partner has made an invite. Unfortunately, as you point out, maybe South is not aware of the 2 spade sort of gadget that most everyone plays. 2 spades can't really be natural here. You could have bid 1 spade over a heart. Therefore, you're never looking for a spade fit, and so people do play 2 spades here as the strong raise of the minor.
Yeah, it's a good use for an otherwise idle bid.
Yep.
Yeah, also, North-South are white, so the cost of missing a worthwhile game is so low.
Yep. So, another table did play in 3 clubs. They sailed off 1. Looks like off the top they just have 2 spades and 3 club losers. That could be the 5 tricks the defense collected. How is 3-no trump going to do? I mean, there is an entry to the ace king of hearts, but the hearts don't come in.
It feels like it's going to be worse than 3 clubs down 1, but I don't know how. Probably not a lot worse, right? Maybe like down 2 or so.
Well, East-West probably aren't going to get all their club tricks.
Yeah, but they'll lead a diamond now and declare his hand is kind of squeezed, right?
Yeah, it still might be difficult. I mean, not Declare's hand, the dummy. South is the dummy. So
South is dummy. Right.
yeah, East West don't know that Declare is has nothing in clubs,
Right.
which means if I think Declare should pitch a club and lead a spade, and
And West, I think West knows they're beating this, right? Because he's got two diamonds. He knows he's got to take a club trick, and he knows partner has the ace of spades.
right, right, yeah. But they might only get it one because the defense can easily go ace of spades here. Oh, that doesn't feel like the right play.
I think it's fine, right? It cuts Declare off from the hearts whenever they're set up. And it denies Declare both a fourth spade and an entry. I think it's a good play.
Okay. It works out very well here because now Declare is going to set up a heart trick for the defense.
Right. Yeah, if you go up with the ace of spades, Declare's gonna possibly take an extra spade trick.
Oh yeah, I was just worried that like we might be getting end played
Oh,
as East. You know, like I'm not trying to beat it like four. I'm trying to beat it one.
right.
But
But I think East also knows they're beating it, right? Because he knows what's going on. He has a pretty good idea of what's going on in diamonds after the first trick went, 10 king or whatever. So he knows he's got, the king of spades is already taken, two diamonds and two aces. So East also knows he's going plus.
sure. Okay. Well, this is going to be 3 down and 3 imps to Zhou. And we're on to board 23. 8 boards in the set left to play, and then I get to get some lunch. Diamond by South. North a bit of heart. Do we come in a spade with East? I would.
I would as well.
Then maybe a no trump by South, or do we just like pass?
Probably a bit of no trump. Your hand's not horrible, right?
Right. Yeah. So this South elects to pass.
Yeah,
2 diamonds by West. It's possible that East West here play some sort of multiple limit raise thing where 2 diamonds shows a 3 card limit and 2 hearts would show a 4 card limit. East obviously not really thrilled with their hand. Competes to 2 spades, and now we should see a takeout double from North or something to that effect.
Yeah. It's not great for East, but he's got got a hand that's probably going to be just fine in 2 spades.
Yeah. Opposite a limit raise, of course.
Right, yes.
But but yeah, no reason to make a bigger move. 2 diamonds does get alerted. It's just alerted as a cubid. North balances with 3 clubs. I kind of don't hate this. I think it's totally fine. Whoa, that is aggressive.
I think it's fine, but I think double is better, right? Like if partners, 5-2 in the minors, you're going to be playing a 7-card club fit instead of an 8-card diamond fit.
Right. Yeah, partner can easily be 4-2, 5-2 on this auction. Double of 3 clubs is insane, right?
Completely.
Okay, well, we're getting some excitement. I mean, North, unfortunately, the problem here now is, like, North might run. North might be scared that...
North probably will run to 3 diamonds.
Yeah.
And that actually they'll do pretty well against.
Yeah.
I think,
Probably.
maybe not that well. They're going to get a club and a bunch of diamonds.
Yep.
Not that many losers. I mean, if they start out by leading trumps, It's not great for declare, but he might be able to get the clubs going in lieu of spade roughs.
Well, we'll see. North is thinking. I'm not sure what the plan is. Three diamonds does look tempting, if it like, but this is a problem caused by the three club bid. Normally, you would deliver a hand that's like 4-6 for the three club bid here. Um, oh, North checks it out.
So they're all right. Well, I was gonna say with possibly the double would have steered declare wrong in trumps because that doesn't sound like a takeout double to me, right? It sounds like a penalty double.
Yeah.
So we might have had a director call, except obviously this will clear up the problem for declare.
Right. So how does this contract do?
Sounds like
It looks like two Trump
lead.
losers.
Doesn't it feel like they're going to do pretty well after that lead?
No, it's going to be down at least one. They're going to lose 3 diamonds and 2 clubs at the very least.
I'm not so sure they're going to lose 2 clubs.
Well, you have nothing to do with your hearts. You have to rough hearts.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you can rough spades in your hand and take, so you might be able to take 4 or 5 clubs in your hand, 2 hearts. I guess you can't rough a heart in dummy because they can over rough.
Right.
Yeah, so 2 clubs and 3 diamonds, I guess, down 1. Well, hardly a disaster, all things considered.
This looks like it might be down 2.
Yeah, I still think it's down 1. I think they're just gonna, they're gonna rough the next hard. West will over rough, but they can't play another trumps. They'll be able to rough a thing with a 10 of spades and take 2 more tricks, right?
How sure are you now?
Well, that didn't look like a great play to me.
I think it's like,
I think now it's down. If they had roughed with a 9, I'm 100% sure it was down 1, right? The ace 10 of clubs are just going to be a tennis.
well, that's true. But yeah, declare may not have been thinking about that at all.
Right, of course. If there had no reason to think that the hearts were 5-2, she wanted to rough high on the next round of the suit and make the contract.
Oh, I mean, it would have made if the rough stood up because you
that's
just rough a spade.
yeah. So, yeah, you're right. So that was.
This, declare can still get out for down 1 if the defense isn't careful. West needs to win this diamond and then pull trumps.
Right. And then underlead the diamond.
Yeah.
All right, nice play by Claire.
Because if West leaves East on lead, I have to imagine that East is just going to start banging hearts, and that will promote the 10 of clubs.
Yeah.
West thinking about it. Does overtake with the Jack of Diamonds. This is a good play. And should work out that their partner has the Diamond King based on that diamond play earlier. Declare wouldn't, with King third or whatever, just duck.
Right, Declare surely would have played the Queen if she had the King.
Yep, okay.
Right, so
Very
nice,
good defense by West.
Defense here.
Do low-level penalty doubles of suits have to be alerted in the U.S.? Yes, they do. If your double is specifically penalty, it instead of takeout, you mean? I guess that question could be interpreted depending on the auction. But if the opponent's open 2 hearts and you double and it's penalty, then that's alertable. If the opponents have an auction where it's for example, a heart pass a no trump pass 2 hearts double, that's penalty, that's not alertable.
Or if you're not playing negative doubles somehow, That would be alertable. So I don't know if it goes like I assume an auction like two hearts opening, three club overcall, double, which is purely penalties in almost every partnership. I assume that's not alertable.
Right, yeah, that's not alertable.
Like a heart two clubs, double penalties instead of negative 100% is.
Right, yeah.
So North, I would bid a spade here, which is stylistic. Obviously, a lot of partnerships prefer to rebid a no trump on these balanced hands.
Mm-hmm.
I found that um, you just lose the spades too often if you don't show them, and you can usually show your balanced hand later, or very often just pass partners no trump.
Sure. So North South do
World is on
have
the other side.
a. I guess they don't quite have a slam. It's close.
No, the diamond finesse is on, but you need slightly better spade spots to have any chance.
Well, I was looking at hearts.
Yeah, but with the 4-4 spade fit, there's just no. Oh, I see, because you pitch two on clubs. But
Yeah.
then you can't if you pitch two spades on clubs and you have a diamond problem, you'll forward a trump trick.
Yeah,
You can't rough the
it's
diamonds in dummy then.
probably too much on a trump lead. I
Yeah,
think
I
it,
think
I
you
think
just
if they like go ace of diamonds diamond, for example, on defense, you can probably make six hearts on just a well, yeah, and just a cross
I think you're
rough.
just short. I think you just don't have enough tricks.
Really? I have two spades, three clubs, a diamond, and that's six already.
Okay,
Now I just need six hearts.
so you can only take two by roughing diamonds, and so you need clubs 4-4 because the club rough doesn't stand up.
No, I have a spade rough, don't I? Oh, East can stick in the
Yeah,
seven.
Eastern rough.
Hmm. I don't think they're gonna get to six hearts though. I'm just trying to make something of
No,
nothing. They bid to four
we all know
spades,
how
which
much you love
seems
analyzing the
reasonable.
play in 4-3 slams.
Yeah.
Here.
So there was the one club opener. I still would probably lead clubs as East. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to the auction. A club, a heart, a no trump, two diamonds. Two hearts shows hearts, two no trump. Looks like two diamonds was artificial game force, some sort of like XYZ, because otherwise South's 2-no doesn't make sense. Three spades by North, showing spades, four
Yeah,
spades by South.
two-way check back.
I think the normal thing to do is to show your four card suit first, like not go up the line. Um,
It's partnership style. I think um, certainly like I think it's you can do whatever you want, but I think a lot of people do play that you go up the line. It's like it's easier and more space saving to like North shows their hearts, which most of the time is South's priority, right? Now South actually was 4-4. He can just bid two spades. Obviously, he chose not to here. Maybe he thought the partner denied four spades, but for that reason, I like going up the line.
hmm. Okay.
If you go the other way, then like what happens if you bid two spades and your partner bids three no trump? Like now you know that they were looking for a 5-3 heart fit, but with the other sequence, you could have given a choice of games.
Well, right, but I mean, like, you get there anyway, and partner's unlikely to jump to 3-no. Like, you just bid four hearts then. I mean, it's basically what happened here. You show both your suits. I think it's just, if slam is happening, it's more likely to happen in a 4-3 fit than a 5-3 fit. You're right that you're more likely to find a fit if you show support for partner. But slams work out better in 4-4s than in 5-3s.
Well, that's true, but I think South erred or didn't totally know what was going on when he bid two no trump. Assuming that North is supposed to bid two hearts, South should bid two spades. So
Yep.
maybe they're just not quite on the same wavelength about what they do.
Yeah. So North did end up safety playing the spades, ace of spades, spade to the queen, just in case the king was singleton. And looks like yeah, it looks like without the opponents playing diamonds, Declare was able to pitch one of the diamonds from north on the 4 rounds of hearts. Just claim giving up a diamond trick. Whoa! We have a result in the other room.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at this. Zhou has picked up a bunch of imps. I don't know from where, but they're kind of getting back into the game. They're down 42 now. I think they were down 50 plus earlier. And they could have a pickup here, depending on what happens. Oh my god. We're seeing some action. 4 hearts.
Wow. And I guess you have to overcall 4 no trump and hope it's natural? Is it natural?
I mean, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. But 5 diamonds is not very appealing, is it?
No. I don't hate pass. I mean, like, where are your tricks is east.
Right.
Like, yeah, you might be getting stolen from in a red game, or you might be offering up 1,400 to the opponents. So this isn't one of those spots where you're just like, like I have to bid. We might miss a red game. I'm a little surprised by West Pass with
As
4
am I. I
spades.
think you need to be doubling there, as scary as it is.
Yeah, I think just with 4 spades, it's probably a good choice to double. So do East West beat this? That's the real question. They have 2 diamonds. They have they have 2 diamonds and 2 hearts off the top. So so the answer is yes.
And they're almost certainly going to get 2 clubs.
Right. And what do they make? I suppose they were making what, 5 no trump.
Yeah. Yeah. So they yeah.
They're going to lose out a little bit. They might feel upset about this result, but be quite happy when they compare.
Right.
I don't know what the auction was at the other table, but could have been because of the same similar style 4 heart preempt. What do you think about 4 hearts on North's hand?
Just looking. Yeah, so North opened 2 hearts at the other table. East bid 3 no trump, which is a little aggressive, I think, with only 6 diamonds that aren't totally solid. West raised to 6 no trump, which also seems a little much. He has 13 points, and 3 of them are jacks, including the jack of the preempt suit.
Yeah.
So North doubled that. I guess figuring, whatever partner led, they probably weren't going to make it, and South did indeed lead a singleton heart, which I don't know. Maybe that double should be Lightner, like lead something else, but right, like couldn't you imagine a hand where you had like Jackson 9-6 hearts and Ace King fourth of a side suit?
Yeah. No, I would probably not lead hearts against that auction for sure.
Yeah.
Those,
I don't like from there though.
Look, I think I would have chosen a different number of hearts than either East or West. I mean, you know what I would have opened with the North hand, but I think if my choices are between preempting some number of hearts, 3 feels like the right number to me.
Yeah, that would be like I know that you like to open one on hands like that. I would open 3.
Yeah, like 3 just feels better. Like it's way too good to open 2 hearts. You have first off you call it the 2 flaw rule. This is like a 4 flaw rule. You have your heart suit is so bad. You have 2 aces. You have such good distribution in the side suit in clubs. So 2 hearts is not good enough, but 4 hearts is a lot. Your trumps are so weak. Like when it goes 4 hearts, check, check, double, I think you might insta have to pull to 5 clubs, like preemptively.
Yeah, and you have decent defense, right? Like, are you so unhappy if you open 3 hearts and end up defending something like you're probably fine. You've got two aces, and you know
Yeah.
you're just somewhere, so maybe you'll you know inconvenience the opponent in whatever way.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I would open a heart. Craig likes opening three with the hand. He just doesn't think it's good enough for one. But I prefer to open at one level if it even seems remotely possible that that bid would work. We get to show our suits. I like bidding all of my suits. Try and find a fit.
That's certainly true. That's a big advantage of opening one. I mean, the big disadvantage is that your hand is a total Yarborough.
Well, look, sometimes Yarboroughs take tricks too. Uh,
But yeah, you just like your hand looks like a preempt, so I'm gonna treat it as a preempt.
mhm. We have some differences in opinions in what hands to preempt between this north-south partnership. A club,
Uh, Owen Hart seems fine.
yeah, it's totally fine. Not advanced or anything, but I like passing that hand and showing distribution with an extreme overcall. Is there any merit to that, or does it give away too much room for the opponents to bid? Um, I tend to be a believer. So there are strong players who agree with you that do not like. I'll tell you why. I'll give you some support for your point, but then I'm going to tell you why none of them would do that with this hand. So there are strong players
Yeah,
who
I think
prefer
that's
to
right.
pass with distributional hands and then make like a Michael's bid or an unusual type hand, and there is merit to doing it. With this hand, it's no good though because your hearts are longer than your clubs. If you switch the two
Exactly.
suits, then it makes much more sense because partner with equal length is going to preference the lower ranking suit, and so you want to get to your best fit. Um,
Yeah, partner will never believe that you have six hearts if you take that sequence. Like if you were 5-5 with a similar hand, I think that would be a really attractive way to handle it.
yep.
But yeah, here, also like the 6-5 also means you have extra playing strength, so you're not really like if you open three hearts, which is my choice. Your trumps could be better, but you're not really worried about having three-level playing strength if the rest of the cards are just distributed normally around the table. Your 6-5 is going to probably going to make the play go pretty well unless the hearts or clubs are totally stacked against you.
Mm.
When you're 5-5, the hand is going to play much worse than the three level opposite. A somewhat indifferent fit like doubletons in both your suits. Partner doubletons in both your suits on this one, you're probably totally fine.
Yeah, this hand, I think I like what East West had done so far, up to the point where East bid four clubs. I would just check out three hearts doubled. It can be scary. It's imps. The opponents are in a doubled part score that could make a game.
Mm.
But you have all these trumps. I mean, I would just not expect to be making anything on the East hand.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you could be going, they could be making their 730, but you could be going for 800, so 730 would actually have been a better result.
right. Yep.
Feel a little unlucky if that happened, but yeah, as you say, like, I'd much rather with these cards try to take five tricks than 10.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I mean, if West takes one last push here, it's going to go incredibly badly.
Well, the thing is, West expected their partner when they didn't pass the double to bid 3-0. So West has been put in a really awkward spot, right? Like this one no trump bid usually shows a heart stopper.
Yeah, I mean, it's not clear why West didn't just bid 3-0 Trump, right? I guess they were hoping partner could pass.
I think I might expect partner to pass most of the time. if they have
Yeah, I
heart.
mean, but you're looking
The,
at the ace. The thing is, though, you're looking at the ace king of trumps, and South has contracted, to make three hearts vulnerable with a passing partner. Your partner stopper rates to be like Jack fourth at best.
right, but shouldn't they be passing with Jack fourth for exactly this reason?
Maybe they should, but like, again, like think of the Lori Versace hand. Like, unless South's an idiot, he's going to have an extreme hand when he bids three hearts here. Like, are you really getting 800s? The three no trumps better, and even when you do, it's only five imps. It's like just bid three no trump, take your plus 600.
Right, but you aren't making three now on this hand.
No,
No,
but West surely expects to with a 15 count opposite an opening bid, right? I think just, three no jump is a fairly large target, and beating three hearts, either more than three no trump or when three no trump goes down, is a small target.
maybe. I mean, if I was playing against this opponent, I would be pretty excited to go after three hearts, but then I would be excited to do it with both the East and West cards. Some of this could be just like understanding the opponent's play style.
It's true. I mean, South is 7-4. It's not like he stepped so far out of line.
Well, he's 7-4 with no aces and kings in his two suits. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but yeah, and particularly after the 1-0 bid, like two hearts would have been just plenty. Three hearts seems unnecessary, but I think if you're West, like, even putting aside the possibility of this colossal disaster happening, yeah, I think it's really threading the needle, trying to defend three hearts doubled, and hoping that it's better than three no trump in whatever way. When like, I mean, you have 27-ish highs and a bunch of stoppers, three no trump is usually a decent spot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a fair point. So heart ruff, spade ruff, heart promoting another trump trick. How many is this going for? 1, 2, 3, 4 more tricks.
Quite a few.
This is 1100.
Is that down four?
Yeah.
Yeah, down four is 11. Yeah, so just, what total unforced error by East West here. After they were starting to get some ground back.
Right, they'd cut the lead. It was now 34 going into this board. There's 4 more boards to play in the segment after this one. This is board 26.
Yeah, so this will be 14 imps, I believe.
Yeah. So
900?
if East West, if North South get all their tricks.
If it's 11, I'm pretty sure 900 is 14.
Mm-hmm. So heart roughed. Should be roughed, but this could be another one of those spots where,
That's weird.
I was going to say, there are a couple of things I was thinking, and one of them happened. One is that North is looking and thinking that she has just this natural trump trick and doesn't want to rough with it. So it's like, the style being, why ever rough with your natural trump tricks? Well, in this case, it's because you can give partner a rough.
Yeah, which I was unexpected, but also like, it's true you don't want to rough with your natural trump tricks, but you do want to rough declare as winners. It doesn't, like, it doesn't rate to cost you roughing with your natural. I guess he figures that that declare has the king of clubs, but still, at worst it breaks even.
Right. A big point here is you want to make sure you're doing something. If you're doing something unusual, like not taking a trick that you could have, you have to have a pretty good reason for it. And
yeah.
And so you could have just taken this trick, and instead you let the opponents take the trick. You might get that one trick back later, but in that case it would just be a 1-for-1 exchange, no cost. So you really need to make sure that you have a plan to get more than just one trick back from this position.
Exactly.
But okay, so
They got the rough anyway, right? So
Yeah, Declare did, of course, have a difficult time coming up with an alternative line to just like trying to play on spades and cross rough a little bit anyway. Um,
So let's see. How's he gonna?
Spade around to the queen. Declare probably has a pretty good sense at this point of what's going on in the suits, can cash the club queen
Yeah.
and find out about the bad news, concede one more trick.
Uh, yeah. So it's only down 3 then, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah, North did get a rough, but it was with a natural at this point, and there
Oh, as
is
if
no
they
trump
had roughed it at
promotion.
that point, they could have re-promoted it back.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
the club rough originally didn't exactly gain a trick, but when you give your partner a spade rough and then get another heart through, it promotes an extra
Mhm.
trump. Um, so 800 is still going to be a sizable chunk. That's like 12, 11, 12, I think.
Um, no, it's only yeah. So 600 is 12, right? 800 versus 200. Those are 12 and
Yeah,
20.
Showstruck East heart isn't good, but East can rough the heart in the dummy, while North overroughs with a natural trump trick. Or elects not to overrough with a natural trump trick. But yes, that is the point. We can just play Queen of Clubs, find out about the bad split, Diamond to the King, heart rough. East's hand is good, save for the trump trick in the North.
Yeah. Yeah, when you rough the heart, you compress the defensive heart and club trick into one.
Right. Will still be a pickup for Zhou.
Yeah, I mean it's a 2 imp error missing the 1100 trick. It's just not that big a deal.
Mm-hmm.
You, you want the imps, and also just like for psychology reasons, going for 1100 feels like much worse than going for 800, even though the imp cost is low.
Yeah.
But because it just isn't going to cost them much.
All right. Declare is, I guess, trying an alternative line, which is once again going to do about the same thing. Can still play club to the queen and then just cross rough. Could rough a heart low right now. It feels a bit more convoluted to rough the heart now, but Declare also probably is double dummy at this point. South did not rough on this third round of spades, so should know where the entire club position.
Right. And roughed with the king of clubs, right?
Yeah.
In a position where dummy wasn't over roughing, I believe.
Yeah.
And that seems like a bit of a tell.
I think something that's going on here is Declare has probably lost count of the trump suit. This happens like all the time when the opponents just start roughing in. Okay, this is also quite a sensible line of play. But yeah, it's very possible that the opponents start roughing in, you're in this tiny trump fit, and you just forget how many roughs have been taken and with what spots.
Right.
But okay, so 12 imp pickup. Zhou has now leaped back out in front. They're up 44, 46. 4 boards to play. Pass by South.
Mm-hmm.
Let's open a no trump with the West hand, I think. And then what do we do as East? It might depend on the no trump range. I'm waiting for a... Yeah, I was going to say, do we try 3 no? Are we going 3 Seamon?
I would certainly bid puppet if it's available, right? I mean, your hand looks a little thin for 3 no trump ups at a minimum, and pretty good if you buy, certainly if you buy a 5 card major, is going to be really good for playing four, and 4-4 heart feels like it'll be pretty good with these two aces and really nothing else.
Yeah, so this East-West pair has a different view than in the other room. The other room ended up playing in one no trump.
It was 14 to 16 white. I would probably pass as East.
Okay.
25 at most, and when you have 25, are you really so happy about playing three no trump when that's your hand?
Yeah, probably
Even
not.
even opposite a maximum, it's probably not going to be a great three no trump, and it's only six imps.
Right.
So, but opposite 15 to 17, I think game forcing is, I would game force in a different way than these East did. So, yeah. Like if you're putting it on a no trump track, that you should probably invite.
You're not that far off. Flip the king and jack of hearts, and you make 3 now on these cards.
And can you make it by guessing the hearts here?
No, I mean, North just has a club suit that they're going to run.
Oh, I see. You just need North not to have the entry, right?
Yeah. You can get 3 hearts, 3 spades, a club, and 2 diamonds, as long as North never gets in.
South isn't really thinking about shifting here, is he?
Probably not.
And again, like the more he thinks, the more nervous I'm getting for him.
Yeah, I mean, look, a spade or a diamond could work, right? Like maybe West has ducked from king third of clubs here, and you do need to switch.
Yeah, partner 7 is a little bit unreadable, which maybe was an argument for leading an honor.
Right. So South thinking, if South switches to either diamond or spade, this can make. It's not going to. Declare is still going to play a heart to a queen. Still thinking about it.
Yeah. I think that 7 of clubs is probably readable because he's looking at the 2, 4, and 6, so there's only 2 missing. My partner could also have like king queen 9, 7.
Right. I think the main point is if we trust the rule of 11 here, you know the rule of 11, Craig, I assume?
I do.
So the point is you can subtract your partner's spot card from 11 if you're playing 4th best leads and find out how many higher cards are out. So here the 7 was led. There are only 4 higher cards out. We see the ace, 8, and jack in our own hands. West can only have exactly 1 higher card than the 7. And if that card is the king or the queen, for example, then partner would have had the 10-9 combination that they would have led from. So we should be able to place declare with only the 10 or 9 of clubs as a higher spot.
Good point. Unless he thinks there's a possibility that the 7 was second highest from like 10-7 4th.
Right.
Oh, but then declare would never duck it.
Yeah, declare would probably never duck from that spot.
Yeah, indeed.
So, yeah, I do believe that South should have been able to work it out. He did. Club went back to the queen from North, and then the 10 of clubs return, this is all very interesting. I suppose North is trying to give suit preference for hearts.
Yeah, the middle one.
Yeah.
Which maybe gives Declare a chance to guess it right, but of course, like, guessing it right is guaranteeing going down, so.
Yeah.
I don't even think it saves a trick, right? Because he's just going to be. Yeah, I guess it saves a trick if he guesses it right, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be 1 trick difference, but it would still be a loss for Zhou because the other room stopped in a much, much lower level. Probably had a similar defense. South does get squeezed in the red suits on the run of clubs, which means if Declare is being careful about the hand, they can
So they can always hold it
pitch
down
like
one.
2 diamonds from the dummy and a diamond and a heart from their own hand, and then South gets squeezed. Spade. I don't know about this line. Now we just don't have the entries to do what we want, right? We needed to take a heart finesse so that we could set up that 4th heart entry to take diamond hooks.
I think the only, also, I guess you don't have, yeah. So I think the only chance is to catch, the only chance might be to catch Singleton 9 in North, right? Singleton 9. Well, I guess South could have King 3rd of Hearts.
I suppose. Well, yeah. I mean, South having King 3rd of Hearts is the plan.
Right.
Yeah, I was thinking like we might need to take 2 diamond hooks, but of course we just need the King Queen of Diamonds on side because North has these clubs. So this line of play is also fine from West. I just don't see the need to cash spades first. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
No, it seems like it just gives you a chance to go down extras with nothing in exchange for it.
Right. How do we play from here as Declare? I haven't... I guess the defense is actually in control here, right? Because whatever West does, I mean, South can pitch a diamond and a spade, and whatever West does...
Also, West is a little squeezed too.
Yeah. West gets squeezed on this line. Maybe I was wrong then. Maybe there wasn't actually a squeeze on South.
Right, because North can exit with a heart after he cashes his clubs.
Yeah. Jack of Diamonds, very revealing discard.
So I guess South needs to pitch their winning spade here.
Ooh.
Alright, well, down 1 it is. No, I guess actually it's still down 2, right?
Yeah, but it's no longer down 3.
Was that actually in the picture?
Yeah, Declare was only going to be able to get us 2 aces if South had kept the King Queen of Diamonds here.
Oh, right, yeah.
As long as North worked out the position. I mean, it's not like it's 100%. North can just like cash some things and always exit a heart. If Declare stiffs the ace of diamonds, then North needs to exit a diamond instead of a heart. But okay. So better judgment by Zhou in the other room to stay lower on that hand with 24 highs. And they pick up a small swing, so they're once again opening up a lead. I don't remember how much they were up going into this set. I still think it was more than the 48 they're up now. We can take a quick peek at the scorecard.
It was 38. It was 60 to 22. They picked up 10 more imps.
Okay, they have picked up 10 more. Then I was incorrect. Maybe it's just when I came in, they were ahead about 60 and have dropped a few since then. But Ooh, look at this spicy one club opener. 11 highs, singleton king.
Right.
Club passes spade. Well, the opponents have bid all 13 of my high card points as south. I don't feel too excited about ever coming into this auction from here. No, no, you can't do that. No. I was thinking like, oh, South should just insta-pass, and the more that Michael was thinking about the bid, I was just like, I'm pretty sure he's coming in two spades. I was willing him not to.
I really hate that bid.
Yeah, you really want to have a good six-card suit because, I mean, for one thing, it reduces the chances the opponent on your right has five of them, or six in this case. And secondly, because trumps are splitting badly, you just need to have very strong trumps to be able to take all your tricks.
And you're right against white. I mean,
Yeah.
this is gonna be just an absolute like maybe West will feel like they didn't have an opening bid and have to pull, but they really should trust their partner when East hits it here.
You think East is gonna hit it? I might just start collecting 100 a trick.
Oh yeah, maybe, but like you have a stiff club which is partner suit, and you can double any run out they make.
Okay. I mean, I might be worried about like them running the clubs, but yes, it's
Yeah, but if they run to clubs, chances are your partner can take care of that.
sure.
Especially it's three clubs.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think this is all right.
Works out quite well here. I guess South is gonna take. Yeah, they're sort of lucky that they can't take the spade finesse.
Yeah, they might lose the king of spades anyway, low spade to the 10 or something.
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, also East might like put a spade on the table at some point.
Right. I think it feels like it's at least 800 though.
Yeah, the other room only took 7 tricks East, West, and spades. It's not good when both tables are playing the same contract.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean both tables for the same team are playing the same contract. We get a heart switch to the queen. West is probably going to return the jack of clubs. I would start roughing as East.
Yeah, I think you really want to shorten yourself when possible in a hand like this.
Yeah, to avoid any sort of later end plays in the trump suit. Oh, West doesn't even put the jack of clubs on the table. He knows what's going on, so he just forces his partner to rough.
Yeah, I could figure out like, ace, queen, 10, 8, 6 of spades like they're supposed to. You really need to be roughing his East as early as possible.
Mm-hmm. You had a hand recently where you defended 2 clubs doubled for 1100, and your teammates defended 2 clubs for plus 50. It's definitely bad for one side. You never really know which side, but when both tables play in the same contract.
Usually, one no trump is the one exception.
Yeah.
Like that's it's still probably not great for one team or the other, but it's often just fine.
Is it possible to have a really, really weird, funny push on one of these where like both tables are playing in like 2 hearts doubled, and one goes, I guess one's like minus 500 and the other is plus 470?
That wouldn't be a push.
Yeah, it's not quite a push, but I'm trying to think. There's like 5 10s available, but that's like 4 of a minor.
Right.
Two spades. This 2 spade bid feels like you're trying to kill off the match. 800. So I didn't really follow the play all that much, but it seems like
Did I?
Yeah, it's not a good two spade. I always say that you want to have six even if you just overcall, but especially when you know that there's a bad trump split against you, you need to have a good
Yeah,
six
at the
card
very
suit.
least, at the very least, five that look like six.
Yeah, but I would be very hesitant to do it on five most of the time.
If you had ace, king, queen, 10 small or something, it would be fine. It would be harder to double you. You'd be a little more protected. Here, the suit was just a joke.
Right. What big tourney was it recently with two hearts doubled down two in both rooms? That feels like someone did something wrong in the play there.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
We have a diamond opener by north, a no trump by south. Looks pretty normal. A no trump showing clubs. I like to point this out because it's like this one no trump bid is basically a two club, a
Yeah.
non-forcing two club call
Yeah, exactly.
over a diamond. But it's hilarious because when I do it in the robot tournaments, Gib always leads their doubleton club over here. So spade opening lead.
You,
West has a five card
you could
suit.
have five diamonds and a hand unsuitable for a diamond raise, but yeah,
Yeah,
most of the time it's clubs. It's true.
yeah. And the other room did find their way into two clubs. I wonder.
East made a reopening double and South made two clubs over that.
That's what I was going to guess. I don't like the reopening double by East.
Uh, I don't either particularly, and West did well not to advance over that with ace, fifth of spades, and two queens.
Mm-hmm.
And I also don't like the two club mid by South, right? Like, your hand is basically a maximum and looks fairly playable for 1-0 Trump. You have no reason to believe that two clubs will be any good.
Yeah. Yeah. Caught north with a club fit, which works out from here.
I mean, you're buying at least a 7 card club fit, but do you really think that the two clubs, sort of cross partners range is going to be better than on no Trump?
Okay, I'm a little confused as to what's going on. The opening spade lead went to South's king, and then South realized that they needed to be in dummy to play clubs. But now they're just setting up the opponent's spade suit.
Yeah, and he's not, he's going to take one spade trick with this combination now. Maybe. But,
What?
might go ace of spades in a rough.
No, they're in a no trump here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the play in two clubs.
Yeah. But
Right,
you
but
can't
there's
can't
other-
just what?
This is fine, and West, from her point of view, or from his point of view rather, doesn't think he has an entry, so this sets up 3 heart tricks.
You don't think the queen of clubs is an entry? With
I mean,
Declare
sometimes
having a
entry.
known club suit on the auction. Okay, I'm gonna stop making that point. But like, this is fine. Still, I don't know. It's all
Yeah,
good.
it's a little strange.
I like to point out that we've talked about how it's bad if both sides play the same contract in both rooms. It tends to be bad on the same deal if two players are trying to play the same suit back at each other.
Yeah.
Someone has done something wrong.
That is certainly true.
Yeah, I mean, like the Queen of Hearts could have been an entry, right? Declare might have had Ace Jack third of hearts, heart to the king, heart to the jack later. Is possible. This seems to work out fine. But I'd be concerned. So if East ends up getting end played, because what might end up happening is another heart comes through. Declare crosses to the ace of diamonds and leads a club, and East is like, oh, let me take my ace of clubs to cash this last heart. They exit a club, Declare goes king of clubs club, end playing East into leading diamonds. How many tricks is Declare getting then? This is 2 tricks, a third from a spade, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Declare makes the contract if that happens. So diamond to the ace, low club, East has to duck. They should. Okay, they do. Club to the queen. And a diamond return is very nice. Diamond return should seal their fate. Now East can safely cash out ace of clubs, heart, and the queen of diamonds for down 1. So this is going to be 5 imps to Zhou, who's once again making a comeback. Now it's 35, and after this board it'll only be 30. We've had, once again, an enormous number of imps swung over the first set of boards. Last board of the set. And then are you sticking around, or are you going to do something else?
I've actually got some work that I'm doing, while we're doing this, so I'm going to jump off, hope to finish that before the next segment starts.
Okay.
We've got about an hour and a half.
I will leave stream up, but I will put up a giant BRB notice while I go pick up food.
The next segment starts in an hour and a half approximately.
I have no idea. Let's check the schedule.
Assuming yes, that should give me just about enough time to finish what I'm working on.
U21 schedule. What is today? Today is the 30th.
Correct.
So it looks like 4:45 Eastern. Yes, an hour and a half. Oh, the other table's done with their set, so it looks like these 2 tables have played about the same pace. Other table ended up in 1 no trump in the West. And here they have found their heart bit, but they've gotten a bit higher. So they're in 3 hearts after support double auction. This looks terrible for Declare with everything offside. I guess the ace of diamonds is onside, but queen of spades is off. Ace of clubs is off.
Archer 4-1 isn't a huge deal, but is going to be 1 extra inconvenience.
Yeah.
And, only needing to draw off 1 club is not going to make that big a difference, I don't think.
Right. We'll probably end up down 1 if Declare is careful. If they go after diamonds right now, they have a decent chance. I think if Declare wanted to take a club rough, they should have...
Gone up with, you really want... If the jack hold is really good for you because you got this diamond problem. I mean, I think I would lead a diamond to trick 2, but I like the jack of spades play.
Mm-hmm.
The jack of spades hold, you're in such good shape because now you might lose only 1 diamond.
Yeah, Declare here, I mean, it looks like they're taking a sensible line. They're just hoping for both minor suit aces to be onside, which seems reasonable. If this works, they can rough a club and later lead up to the diamond king as long as nothing bad happens to them. Yeah, 1 spade overcall on 10/5. It's a good bid. Spades is the master suit. You gotta show your spades when you can.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, you'd love your suit to be better, but, you'd be perfectly comfortable opening that suit if you play 5-card majors. There's no reason for the fact that there's no overcall to adjust that principle.
Yeah. So if South puts a trump on the table, then Declare is going to go down extras. They will be able to prevent the club ruff. I think they go down extras at least. I mean, South would then have to duck the ace of diamonds twice to cut communications.
Yeah, I think so too. Although, can they? I wonder if they can do anything. Yeah, I guess tapping doesn't feel like tapping declared is a whole lot of good because there's only one tap they can ever take.
Right. But Declare is going to be going down one. There will be at least 2 diamond tricks and a club trick and a heart trick from here for north-south. So this will be a swing back to Zhou. 5 or 6 imps, depending on the result here. Jack of diamonds switch. Well, that's an exciting switch.
Yes, it is. And I guess maybe South feels a little bit unplayed, but it seems like he has, at the very least, a safe club exit.
Well, there's a safe spade exit for sure. So this is definitely trying to
Well, that too.
to make something happen. Diamond to the queen, diamond
I mean,
to the
he
ace,
did.
diamond ruff. Is this 7 imps now? 270?
Is there any possibility for down 3 at this point? I guess not.
Well, yeah, if Declare doesn't get a club ruff. I mean, the diamonds are set up. So,
Right. Yeah, and they can't play trumps now because Declare can just draw trumps and claim. Now he can draw trumps sending in dummy.
yeah. Okay, so it should be queen of clubs, and then the ace of hearts from here will be the last tricks for the
Yeah.
defense. So down to 6 imps. Zhou is going to maintain a 36 imp lead going into the second half of play this afternoon. 30 more boards.